Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Yes, of course, I certainly still believe that we're going to see XRP price insanity this market cycle, whether that means a week from now or a month from now, end of the year, early next year. I don't pretend to know exactly when it's going to be, but I feel rather strongly that it's going to come based on the fact that humans are behaving the same way in crypto markets pretty much that they always have. Which is to say the market moves in tandem, and there's a bunch of idiot retail speculators that don't know what the hell they're doing. Now that is my jam. That is what I'm talking about. I'm expecting this to come, but in the short term, from what I'm seeing from the chart analysts out there, and I'm not a chart analyst, by the way, I just like sharing opinions. I mean, I share, of course, my own opinions on the channel. I'm an opinionated fellow, it's fair to say, but in terms of chart analysis, that's just not something I'm particularly interested in learning myself, but I do see value in getting a rather large sample of opinions from various chart analysts out there, and then just seeing if there are trends among them, because a lot of times when I see multiple analysts saying more or less the same thing, I'm like, might this be useful? Frequently, the answer is yes, actually. I'll tell you what, in terms of XRP price action, gosh, over the last year in particular, there have been a number of bursts, 3 in particular come to mind, like November last year, April, and then the most recent one when XRP ran up to $1.34. It's like you see the analysts align in what they're expecting here, and so I like noticing that and reporting opinions from various analysts on the channel right here. And what I'm seeing right here in the short term is basically the message that people should probably temper their expectations for the short term. And it's worth being aware of this because people are fearful. You are listening to this sometimes. That's okay. I've been in the past. I'm not anymore. Okay, maybe you're not anymore. I shouldn't be so presumptuous. But I would say that most people out there, from time to time, they do still get scared. And that's okay. It's very normal. You're not some sort of weirdo. I'm the weirdo that is emotionless. You know, I'm the robot. Fine. But the reason I want to talk about this, the reason, and consistently, by the way, is because, like I keep saying, the biggest hurdle people face in investing, in particular in crypto, which is so volatile, it's themselves, because emotion does seep in when it goes down. And so I just want to share with you, in the short term, it does seem, from what analysts are saying, that more likely than not, we're going to see some downward price action. XRP is down today. As I record this, the markets are down, but damn it, this short-term volatility, it doesn't mean XRP is going to 0 or 1,000. Like, the short-term volatility doesn't indicate that, and that's why, to me, it's interesting and important to note that we've been in a 12-year uptrend with 80 to 90% pull downs along the way, which would be known as bear markets. Despite the bear markets, we're still trending upward. And so there's a lot of reason to be excited. And again, I firmly believe that you are going to see some serious upward price action. But again, careful, don't emotionally respond. And so in this video, I'll share with you a few opinions from various chart analysts. But I also want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind, and I'm not offering financial advice. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. As I record this, XRP is at $1.17. Bitcoin is at $45,733. Market cap for the asset class, similar to yesterday, a little under $2 trillion. That's still insane, man. I was here at the bottom of the bear market in 2018, middle of December, and it was like I don't remember exactly what it got down to, like 175 billion or something like that. And now we're at 2 trillion. Damn. Don't mind seeing that one little bit. And here people are bearish. I'm like, have you seen what has happened in such a short period of time? Be happy. Bitcoin dominance at 43.12%. It's continuing to slide as we're seeing altcoins, a few of them anyway, starting to pop off here. Crypto fear and greed index at 72 out of 100, indicating that we're in greed right now. We will not stay in greed forever. This will teeter-totter back and forth, and as it does it, that in and of itself is not an indication that crypto is going away or that it will never stop going up. It is neither of those. We can see but look at the trend. Focus on the trend. What's the trend? Again, 12 years of data showing it's heading upwards despite massive pullbacks. So we're in greed now. At some point, unknown point in the future, I don't know for sure when it's going to happen, I don't pretend to, we're going to be back in fear, and we're going to be back in extreme fear. And then it'll teeter-totter again to the other side, up to greed, and then extreme greed. This is just what it does. And so for me, like that happens in markets. And so for me, what's more important than that is directionally what's the trend. The 12-year trend is up. And you can say the same thing about this. It's the same human behavior in the stock market too. You just got, like over 100 years of data. So it trends upwards despite massive pullbacks. Like this is what happens. It's being adopted. More and more people, millions and millions and millions of people every single year jumping into crypto. So of course it's trending upwards. Of course it doesn't make sense to be fearful. I don't think so anyway. that's my humble opinion. You do you. I'm just saying. Now, I want to share this for a little perspective. I think this is healthy. It's worth being aware of. This is the CoinMarketCap website. This is a historical snapshot showing the price of everything in crypto on August 16th last year. So 1 year and 1 day ago, because it's August 17th as I record this. And here you have XRP. If you're looking at the screen, you already know. The price of XRP 1 year and 1 day ago, 30 cents. 30 cents. And after that, people panic sold. Think about this. People panic sold XRP. It got down to, I don't remember exactly how low it got, a month or two later, whatever it was, but it was in the low 20 cent region. I do remember that. I can't remember if it got into the teens or not off the top of my head. It doesn't matter, though. But it got lower, and that made people sell. Rather than people realizing, okay, we've been trending upward for, over a decade. This might be a good opportunity to purchase. What did people do? It went from 30 cents on this particular date and time down to somewhere in the lower 20 cent region, something like that. And people are like, oh, yeah, this is a good point for me to sell. Because reasons. No, not good reasons. Emotions. That's why. That's exactly what I'm talking about right here. And now, how many people today would love to have the opportunity to purchase XRP if it were down to 20-something cents? Because look, XRP again, what did I say it was at? $1.17 at the time I'm recording this, so somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 times what it was just 1 year and 1 day ago. It's worth knowing these things. It's like, again, it's human behavior is the biggest impediment to making substantial profit. It really is in crypto. Like, it absolutely is. Here's a tweet from the blockchain backer. Multiple leaders take the reins as Bitcoin, altcoin market, XRP price chart continue fight. And so and then he had a link to his most recent video, which I did watch. It was an interesting analysis. And the one thing I do want to notice here, because I'm not going to sit here and rehash his whole video, but it is worth noting something he acknowledged that other analysts are as well. It's quite simply that there are multiple coins popping off right now. So think about that. Despite the short-term pullback we're seeing, there are certain coins like Solana, which I mentioned that yesterday, and the other one that blockchain backer mentioned in his video was Luna. I don't know anything about either of those coins. That's not the point of me bringing this up, but they're going up. I'm telling you, I don't know when you're going to see crazy numbers every single day start popping off like you saw at the end of 2017. I think it's going to happen at some point. But it's interesting, even just seeing a couple here and there. These are interesting signs. This is what you want to watch for. But it still could be a month or 2 or 3, whatever. I don't pretend to know. But at some point, you're going to see the grand finale of this bull cycle, which we are still in. And it's going to be fun as hell. It really is going to be very exciting. So these are the types of indicators I'm watching for. It is neat to see that despite the fact that the market is pulling back just a little bit today, nothing insane, at least at this point that I'm recording, you're still seeing a couple pop off. Interesting. Keep watching. Here's a tweet from chart analyst DIY Investing. A golden opportunity is coming for crypto. While many are stuck on the sidelines, the market has taken off without them. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Do you remember when Bitcoin got down to somewhere in the neighborhood of $28,000-$29,000 within the last month, whenever that'll happen? I was saying, look, it's pretty clear. People have absolutely panic sold. Even when you're talking about the Bitcoin price wicking down as low as it did, damn, there was tremendous volume that came in and snatched it up. And so there are all these bears thinking that it made sense to sell. There are so many of them did, and they're like, I'm going to buy back in at 20 cents, or not 20 cents, $20,000. And it was at close to 30. So they're, good luck timing the market, buddies. You're going to have a bad time, and they've had a bad time. And which is why I reported that there are so many analysts at the time that happened stating, okay, it's pretty clear that there are a lot of people that are selling around the $30,000 level, expecting to buy back in at $20,000, but will actually buy back in at $40,000. And what has happened? To me, that always seemed more probable, and the analysts that I respect and follow thought that was also more probable. And it's not about certainty of outcome. The analysts I follow, they all acknowledge, I don't know for sure, and I appreciate that. That's the correct thing to say. They don't know for sure. It's about probability. And they have huge followings for a reason. They're right more than they're wrong, notably. Here's a tweet that I wanted to share from Credible Crypto today, but I want to read through, and so part of this I actually did cover in a video yesterday. but I got to set this up properly. So there's a tweet from Donald, very popular chart analyst, who wrote, serious talk for a second. XRP either goes to $5+ from here or it goes to zero. It already had the biggest FUD event it could have had, and it didn't go to zero. The in-between isn't likely. $1 is further away from $5 than it is from zero. Just makes sense to me to be a bull. And so he's very bullish XRP. Which makes all the sense in the world because, again, for me, like, simply, the market moves in tandem. So the way I look at this, honestly, it's a very simplistic approach, and I think so many people overcomplicate things, and they think about dynamics of what's happening with specific developers building on particular blockchains, this and that, and I'm just like, no, damn it. The market is so immature that it hasn't figured out a damn thing, and everything just moves in tandem. So, like, can we just keep it more simple? To me, that makes way more sense. And eventually it won't be like that. The market will mature, and at some point, to some degree, absolutely fundamentals, I believe, will matter more. But anyway, Credible Crypto chart analyst retweeted that and wrote, been saying it for years. Said it at 18 cents, said it at 30 cents, said it at 50 cents. Said it before the SEC lawsuit, said it after the SEC lawsuit, said it when no one else believed it, and will keep saying it till new all-time high. XRP to new all-time high is happening whether you like it or not. And then somebody named CryptKeeper responded with the following, which is what I wanted to touch on here. He wrote, I'm sure the people who bought at $3.84 never imagined it would go to 11 cents, but it did. Can we all just admit no one knows what the hell will happen? To which Credible Crypto responded, no one knows anything, but we can come to logical conclusions with the knowledge we do have. Right. And so, what do we know? This is the reason I want to highlight this. It's so important to hammer this into people's heads, I think. We're trending upward. We have been for over 12 years. Yes, XRP $3.84 down to 11 cents in March of last year. That happened. That sounds really scary, doesn't it? Yes, I got it. And people did freak out. I personally didn't. And I actually, even back then, like before, so the bubble deflated, I do remember sitting there like thinking to myself, like, yeah, XRP could go below what I bought it at. And at that point, at the time, my average buy-in, I don't know if it was like 22 cents or something like that. It was a little bit lower back. Like right now, I think I would guess my average buy-in was like 25 cents for XRP. But yeah, I think it was a little bit lower. I also had a lot less back then. But yeah, I remember thinking, yeah, absolutely, it could go below that. And that didn't freak me out, though. Like, I was just like, yeah, market cycles, got it. Okay. The bubble popped. I was like, this could take years to get to, rally back from it. But so what? Like, so like the bigger picture idea for me that's it's way more important is just to understand we're trending up, despite these pullbacks, right? That is what matters to me, because the low before that. I mean, where did XRP start at the beginning of the last cycle? I think it was like half a penny. So think about that. So the low for the last cycle about half a penny. The low for this cycle 11 cents. And by the way, I'll mention this too, and this is worth thinking about. We wouldn't have seen 11 cent XRP, I really don't think so, without what happened with the pandemic. Without that, maybe the low would have been like 19 or 20 cents or something like that, which is quite a bit off from 11 cents, to be honest with you. Because think about it. You're talking about, you would have been talking outside of that, had that not happened, you would have been looking at a low last cycle of about half a penny versus this cycle where it would have been maybe 19 cents. That's a huge disparity. That's kind of awesome, right? And so you might be wondering, okay, so where are things going to land after the market, rallies up, XRP hits whatever it's going to hit? I don't know if it'll be $10 or $20, or I don't pretend to know. I don't. But after that bubble inflates and pops, where's it going to land at the bottom? I would suspect certainly higher than where it is right now. I would certainly suspect that. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Love Crypto. Markets showing signs of weakness and distribution. Should this continue for today, I expect a red weekly candle across the board. And so it speaks for itself. I just wanted to highlight it to show you this is the message that I'm seeing from the vast majority of analysts today. Doesn't mean for sure things are going to keep going down. It's about probability, though. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Michael Vanderpop. Bitcoin barely holding support here. If this is lost, then I'm assuming $44,600 and potentially $43,400 are the next levels for a test. Here's another tweet from him, and this one's about XRP. He wrote, here are the levels I'm interested in. And here's what you can see here. He's looking at XRP down to $1.09, $1.01 potentially, and if that broke, maybe 82 cents. I don't know how low it's going to go, but you just got to understand, this is why I want to highlight this. It's not to spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I mean, maybe it's to spread uncertainty, because maybe I should say that, actually. I'm uncertain. I don't know, but I think that's okay. Like I don't think that has to be like some sort of scary or bad thing to just acknowledge reality. Like I don't know, you don't know, okay. But if it goes down, it's just emotional humans making buying and selling decisions. It doesn't mean a damn thing. If XRP does go down to any of these levels, and it's a maybe, it could. If it does, so what? So what? I mean, I've held XRP since November 2017. Never sold a single of my XRP. Not one. And it goes down these levels back, okay. Whatever. It just doesn't freaking matter. Either my bet is correct or it's not. My bet being, after the bubble popped in 2018, the XRP bubble popped, the whole crypto bubble popped, that my bet was that it would inflate again. And that it would rally to, XRP would rally to its all-time high and then beyond it. So that's still my bet. My bet doesn't change because of the short-term price action. And I don't know if these levels are going to get hit. But if they do, okay. Well, there will be people that get scared and sell. There will be people that will think, hey, this is quite an opportunity. Yeah, the market's figuring stuff out. Totally cool with it. And here is a tweet from El Capo, who wrote, and this is about Ethereum, last pump before Effery is coming. So I'm censoring that because there could be children's in the background. You are welcome, parents. And he wrote, expecting something like this on Ethereum. And so this is just one of many cryptocurrencies. And they're talking about, look, the whole market moves in tandem. Probably going to go down. And just for reference, Ethereum is at $3,141. And so for me, even though it hasn't gone down to this point, it's more about just highlighting what I'm seeing from all sorts of analysts out there. These are just a few of the highlights that or a few of the tweets that I came across just to kind of highlight the sentiment here. But yeah, more probable than not, in the coming days, however long, we could see some downward price action. And no, it's not certain. It's absolutely not certain. But the analysts I follow think it's probable. And so arm yourself with that information. Do what you will with it. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold anything. But if we do continue to see this slide, instead of feeling the emotions, just recognize that we're in a volatile asset class, the most volatile asset class in the world by far. And the volatility in and of itself is not an indication of whether any particular cryptocurrency will be long-term viable or be worth substantially more in the future. Humans are just being emotional in the short term. And so whatever you want to do, make your own decision. You're an adult. I trust you, but don't make the decision with emotion. Just don't do that. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say are right. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.